The real estate market can simply be described as a perfect storm in 2022. It was instigated by several factors such as low mortgage rates, remote working conditions, giving buyers the options to live far away from their workplace, and a new demographic wave of Gen Z and Millennial home buyers coming into the market. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to watch the video until the very end so that you will not miss any important details. Of course, due to the pandemic, there has not been enough building constructions, which means that there are not enough homes available to meet this demand. How long will this continue? Will it be sustained in 2022? Will there be a change in 2022? Already, there are signs pointing to the fact that the housing boom will lose steam. More home buyers are starting to stand up against the price surge. For instance, there was a bidding war in October where 60.3% of sales were captured. This was totally far from the all-time high that we saw in April, which was 74.5%. There are high expectations that the Federal Reserve will raise rates to suppress inflation. Some buyers will be priced out by the rise in mortgage rates. What does this mean for real estate market in 2022? To find out, we reveal the expectations of real estate experts. Both buyers and sellers won't get much solace from these predictions. There is little consensus among the experts. Some of these experts predict that price growth next year will go down, while others are forecasting an appreciation that will be historically slow. Let's take a look at what these experts have to say and also take note of what we should expect next year. What should we expect from real estate market in 2022? In 2022, Daniel Hale, a Realtor.com chief economist, predicts that we should expect an increment in the sales of homes by an additional 6.6% and the home prices to also soar to 2.9%. The demand from young persons will ensure that the market remains competitive. The first-time buyers will be strongly motivated by the rents that will most likely increase by 7.1%. The workplace flexibility that will be implemented by employers in 2022 will also encourage potential home buyers to expand their choices of home locations to include suburbs and metro areas. Bob Pinnegar, president and CEO of the National Apartment Association, the affordability of housing has been greatly affected by the pandemic, and this will spill over into 2022. Inflation and delays in the supply chain will impact all the sectors of the housing market. The pandemic shed light on housing affordability at the national level. Though it has been a major factor in the housing market for years, it will continue to take the center stage in 2022. The demand for apartment and single-family homes will continue to exceed supply, which will always have a resultant effect on competition and housing affordability. The housing industry and government will channel all the resources to offer solutions to these challenges. Daryl Fairweather, chief economist for Redfin, there is a high expectation that the housing market will just be as predictable as the past 2 years. The mortgage rate is expected to rise to 3.6% by the end of the year, and this can be tied to the subsiding pandemic and lingering inflation. The annual price growth will be reduced to 3% by the high mortgage rates and the high housing prices. This will cause a lot of spectators to draw back from the market, giving more opportunities to the first-time home buyers to quickly secure a home for themselves. In 2022, climate change will become a key factor that home buyers will consider when choosing the homes to buy, as extreme weather conditions continues to become prevalent. Home sellers are not left out, as they too will switch their attention and invest more in home features that can withstand climate change so as to appeal more to home buyers that are now more concerned about climate change. Jared Kessler, founder and CEO of Easy Knock, the economic uncertainty that plagued 2020 and 2021 will spill over into the housing market in 2022. The housing market will experience a decline in the new year as interest rates will go up. However, in 2022, home construction will not be able to meet up with the demands as a result of supply chain issues and labor shortages. Therefore, the house market will have lesser homes available, which means the increasing interest rate will not have much effect on the sale prices. Anita Kramer, Senior Vice President for the ULI Center for Real Estate Economics and Capital Markets, there would be an awakened focus on the affordability crisis in 2022 from the rise in home prices and rents. If the housing affordability can be successfully tackled, it will increase the general economic growth and prosperity in the country as workers will be able to relocate to where their jobs are. Frederick Warburg Peters, CEO of Warburg Realty in New York City, in 2022, the interest rates will be one of the main factors that will influence the national real estate market. Sue Yannaccone, Chief Executive Officer and President of Realogy Franchise Group, the pandemic will give birth to a real estate market that will be dominated by solid and sustainable demand that hasn't been experienced for more than a decade now. In 2022, the millennials and the Gen Z will dominate the house market, as there would be an increase in demand for more home working spaces. Brent Fielder, Executive Vice President of Proper Title, housing sales will increase in 2022 while refinancing activity will drop because of the rise in interest rate. The COVID-19 mortgage financial rescue will expire, leading to an increment in real estate owned or REO market. More digital transformations will be seen in 2022 as the real estate industry embraces technology. This will be welcome development for Gen Z and Millennial home buyers. Real estate agents and attorneys will shift their attention to providing the best customer experience to their clients. Lawrence Yoon, Chief Economist for the National Association of Realtors, the short-term interest rates will go up to 3.7%, and this will cause the mortgage rates to also increase before 2022 comes to an end. There will be a 2% decline in home sales in 2022 as a resultant effect of the increase in mortgage rates, but it will not crash because of job gains, demands by investors, and those working from home. COVID-19 deaths, home construction, and the ending of the mortgage forbearance program will cause the inventory to eventually increase. Skylar Olson, a principal economist for Tomo, the housing market will not return back to normal. Interest rates and early movers will rise, and this will reduce the pressure. The urgency to buy homes due to the low rates will reduce. Tom Rossiter, CEO of RESAAS, real estate will evolve more in 2022 and will be required by every real estate agent to do business. The buyers will also need to use these digital tools to make their purchases. We predict that the migration of buyers will continue in 2022, as there are still countless referrals for buyers that want to move out of the state. Robert Dietz, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist for the National Association of Home Builders, there will be a speedy increase in home construction in 2022 as predicted by NAHB. The growth rate will slow down while the single-family housing will increase by about 25% more than what we had in the pre-COVID era. Will be better. In 2022, supply will become better while the skilled labor will deteriorate. The multifamily construction will also expand. As homeowners desire to add space and improve energy efficiency, the remodeling sector will grow strongly. Carla Ferreira, Director of On-Site Development and Principal at the Aurora Highlands, the housing market in Colorado is expected to expand and the economy will become more stable and more products will be offered. More millennials will relocate to the suburbs in 2022 as homeowners are in the market for communities that will offer them room to grow and offices to work from home. Oisin Hanrahan, CEO of Angie, there has been a shift in the way people perceive their homes. Prior to the pandemic, the primary focus when buying a new home was for return in investment. Now, the primary focus is simply to meet their needs. This will most likely continue in 2022, and as the projects resume from the pandemic disruption, the home projects will increase in demand to meet up with this newfound desires of home buyers. More and more young people will acquire homes, and the digital expectations of these young people will reshape the services. Frank Nothaft, Chief Economist for CoreLogic, the buyer demands will become moderate as an implication of the affordability and for-sale inventory coming into the market. Refinance originations will have a larger percentage cash out in 2022. Matthew Vernon, Retail and Centralized Lending Executive for the Bank of America. There is a higher probability that the interest rate will be increased by the Federal Reserve in 2022. Those that have always wanted to move into bigger houses will make use of this this window of opportunity to tap into the lower rates before it increases. Jeff Bennett, principal of Chicago-based Lexington Homes, the millennials will set the pace in new home sales in 2022. The influence of the pandemic on home designs will extend into 2022. As the tastes and desires of home buyers have taken another turn, there is a higher demand for offices at home and kitchens with multiple functions. Ben Miller, co-founder and CEO of Fundrise, housing prices will soar in 2022. The single-family rental market will be continually strengthened. Don Pfaff, president and founder of My State MLS, there will be a steady increase in prices in 2022. Demand will reduce while supply will increase. The inventory will still be low, but this can change at any time as more sellers are eager to sell at higher prices while home builders are also working more. In summary, the sellers are going to be at an advantageous position in 2022, but this will not be as drastic as it was in 2021. Sean Gazerban, head of consumer originations at Chase Home Lending, a recent survey done by Chase revealed that more Americans have dreams of buying their own homes, and a larger percentage of them have set plans in motion to bring this dream to reality in 2022. Looking ahead at 2022, home buyers, sellers, renters, and investors should expect to see a persistently high demand, a rise in interest rates that will impact the real estate activities. Some of the market trends that the experts have predicted would shape 2022 are a tight inventory of the homes available for sale and high home prices that will affect affordability. Interest rates will continue to rise, but this will also be accompanied by growth in wages, and this might help buyers to weather the storm. The rental market will experience growth but will be more stabilized compared to 2020 and 2021. The rental prices will also go up. And finally, more homes are expected to be constructed as the pandemic eases up, although there will still be supply issues and labor shortages. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, please subscribe for more videos about real estate and finance. Click the bell icon for more updates when we upload our new videos. Until then, thank you for watching and see you next time.